Today we're on Bleach again. We're doing Bleach again today. Yeah, that's what's going on. Hitting the Bleach up. So, thank you for being here and enjoying this gameplay with me. Oh no, hold on, I'm not doing that yet. I'd rather go and do this. Hold on. What do I do? I do first. Events with what's that? No, there's nothing. No. There's a way. I cannot remember how I used to do that thing. Oh yeah, there's that too. I'll take that though. Uh, uh, I don't feel like watching no video. But it would be nice to get those free coins, those free soul jade. But I'm not interested in doing all that extra right now. Limited time exchange. All right. So we're gonna come in here. Let's get this over. Bunkai Sinbon Sakura Sinbon Kageyoshi. Sinbon Sakura Kageyoshi. Ooshi. Okay, let's get that. Take these in, and then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do this a couple times. I'm gonna do this 3 times. I'm gonna buy 10 3 times, 10 souls, 10 summons. I'm gonna do it one more time, and then I'm gonna go do the soul jade, and then I'm gonna go get into the I'm gonna go ahead and get into the mission. Well, actually, I'm a power. I can't get into the mission. Actually, I need a power. I want to power myself up, but I can't because I don't have enough. 17. Do it already, please. Cutter. Alright. Yeah. Got me. Ooh. Hell, shitty though. Oh, they treated me real nice today. It's not 100 times. It's not even worth doing it. Screw Almighty. Let's see, team. Hold on, let me look at my quests. Let's see. Clear story mode, stage, strengthening character, elite stage, gear, trial. Okay, they want got to be all into one color shape wheel. It's a lot of the time since I was a baby, yo. Okay, I'm getting my friends up. Alright, now let's go over here and jump off into this. Jump off in it. Oh, that's it. I got, okay. Wabisuke. Oh. This reminds me, I should be doing that over here. And get this other Ichigo. Get his points up too. He's a UR, which is special. I mean, which is good. You know what I mean? He's got more power than a SSR or a SR. or just even an R like Chad, because Chad is a regular R. I mean, he doesn't he don't got no juice like that. Hinamori, that's what I was. Damn, Hinamori. Make a man one smoke on the beach, sucker. Girl, you confuse my thinking. Bado, bado. That's for you that Okay. Hold on. I'm not even done yet. Hold on. Let's go back. Whoa. I didn't realize he had 4 moves. Shuhei. Chad. Okay. Really wanna really be da da. Really you da da. Really me da da. Really wanna da da. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I gotta hit that was right there. I wanna tell you all. Another story. Okay. Yes. He's got a scalpel. Alright. Let's go with 18, 19, 2, okay. 2, 2, 2, 3, hey. Line of the test says I was a baby, yo. Activate. Alright. Let's make sure I activate all these little hidden perks and whatnot. Little things. That Eisen, boy, I want that. I want Eisen bad. I want Eisen, boy. Eisen got. I know they put some power on that dude. Like, I know they definitely made him a character worth having. Like, I want Kenpachi. Can't get Kenpachi on. Like, freaking Papa Tip Dapper Jit. Let's see what happens here. Okay. So it can go. Yeah, I was like, it should be able to go level 20. It should be able to go 20. It's easy. This is 20, yeah. See? Yeah. Alright. Alright. Yeah, all that time just now. Just getting together. Just wow. What's going on here? take it. I don't want it right now. I want more, what you call it? And even getting to 900 didn't even seem like it's worth it like that. Like, real talk. Hold on. Oh, no. That's where I get the revival potions for the, okay, for Sarate challenge. Okay. I do need to knock those off, though. I'll take that. Alright. I don't want nothing else from over there. Yeah, let's get there. It's there. Oh. Sorry for all that shuffling around you here and whatnot. It's just my let me slide my tablet across this tabletop. Let's see what we got. Ooh, they really didn't change the lineup. He doesn't seem to be stronger than Shuhei. Well, I should have known Hinato is not stronger than Shuhei. Let's go. I'm gonna have to turn the music back on. He's gone. As long as somebody dies. Friff. Fuppins. They just put a whole lot of pain in just now. Go ahead, go get her now. What's taking so long? That time you froze on me. Bleach, you been acting up. That's why I didn't play this in a couple of days. You acting up, Bleach. Acting up. Acting all the way up. Okay, as long as somebody dies. Okay. She's out of here. Ruki is finished. Now let's get Tengen Mew out of here. Alright, now we only got Jaiko Robin. Did she just hit me with a death mark? Harmonica. Oh, come on. Why are you doing me like this? Absolutely ridiculous. Another studio. Since 1960, that's why we could have more. Oh, a new client available. What the hell are they talking about? Oh, okay. Okay. Go back. I can go back. Honey, hurry up. Hurry up. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Hurry. Hurry up. Oh my god, my stream is sucking right now. Hurry up, Star Wars. Cause Bleach is acting stupid. It's Friday. And Bleach always shuts down for repairs on Thursday. Alright. Let me in there. This is where I'm at. This is where I'm at. You know what? I'm going to lean to I'm going to lean on the expertise of my good friend from Comics Explained.
What's going on, guys? This is Nathaniel is one of our largest contributors on Patreon. Being part of the honor group, and as part of the honor guard, you get to request your own Beyond Omega level video. And Nathaniel requested Parallax. So we are going to do Beyond Omega level Parallax. Now, originally, Parallax was created by Ron Mars and Daryl Banks and first appeared in Green Lantern number 48, 1994. Now, this version of Parallax came onto the scene in the midst of DC's attempt to breathe new life into the Green Lantern franchise by replacing Hal Jordan, who had basically been the Green Lantern for nearly 40 years. And they sought to do this by
in the
replacing
Muffin Pies offense.
So after Hal's
I see he wants to be different right now.
he basically goes crazy and then kills all the Green Lantern Corps and becomes a supervillain that calls himself Parallax. Now, there is a little more to this than that. Initially, it wasn't him just losing his mind and going nuts. I guess it kind of was. But he actually recreated the whole city and the people in it using his Green Lantern ring, which was a violation of the Green Lantern's policy, and then he was basically chastised for it. And then that's when he went crazy and started calling himself Parallax. And so this basically was the original concept of the character of Parallax, to be an evil version of Hal Jordan. But when Jeff Johns took over Green Lantern, he basically changed the character into an ancient parasite that had been around since the beginning of time, when the emotional spectrum was created. Now, over time, each aspect of the emotional spectrum gained sentience and spawned an entity to embody it. And these entities each corresponded to a color, which in turn corresponds to one of the emotions along the emotional spectrum. So the version of Parallax introduced when Jeff Johns literally reinvented the Green Lantern mythos was basically the avatar of the yellow portion of the emotional spectrum and the physical manifestation of fear throughout the universe. And so Parallax, we would learn, came about when the first insects found themselves threatened by the first land-dwelling animals after they evolved from the sea creatures and therefore felt fear for the very first time. Now, the first insect to actually feel fear would later on become Parallax, but many years later, he would be captured by the Guardians of the Universe and imprisoned for billions of years within the central power battery on Oa, a fact that the Guardians of the Universe would keep secret out of fear that someone would find out about Parallax and then try to free him. And so this is something we refer to as foreshadowing. We also found out during this time that Parallax, which came to be referred to as the yellow impurity, was responsible for the traditional weakness of the Green Lantern Corps against the color yellow, which made a lot more sense than just the idea that that specific color would be immune to the power of the Green Lantern ring, which was literally the idea back in like the 40s and 50s. It's just the color yellow. So presumably you could run up on the Green Lantern with like
nobody
a
likes
crayon and then stab him in the face, and that's the end of the Green Lantern. But once Sinestro, a former Green Lantern that had betrayed the Corps and obtained a yellow
I've seen
ring
that
from a planet
before.
called Core that exists in the antimatter universe, once he was also imprisoned on Oa, Parallax was awakened and then eventually freed from its confinement, and would actually be this entity that would influence Hal Jordan to turn into a supervillain. Now, while possessed by Parallax, Hal was able to cause the entire Justice League, Teen Titans, and the Justice Society.
Galactic Power. Okay, GP. They got all this new stuff going on.
Which actually led to Hal Jordan becoming the Spectre.
Sure, I'm good.
Parallax sought out and possessed Gambit, one of the Guardians of the Universe, which is a testament to just how powerful this guy is.
What kind of
combined forces of
shot for requirements? Begin journey.
From Gambit and then return it to its prison on Oa. Now, as for his powers,
Parallax's primary ability, I don't know what's going on here, though.
Others to feel immense fear to the point that he can actually control their minds.
Alright, let's see what's happening.
At various times, control beings as powerful as Wonder Woman, Superman, and even the Spectre.
Let's pop. I'm gonna pop off and see what's going on.
Powerful entity in the DC universe universe below only the presence, the DC universe's supreme being, basically God. And according to this factor, Parallax's ability to instill fear in others is so great that it caused entire civilizations to collapse because everybody was so paranoid. Now, Parallax is also able to enhance the power levels of any species and with its ability, it can base its ability to draw upon fear. The level to which Parallax can increase its host power is theoretically limitless, since there's always an abundance of fear in the universe. Now, like members of the celestial
took a punk ass out of here, but took him out. You see that? I took him out. I took him out. Took him out. Oh, hold on. Oh, this is 25. I got 145. I'm goody. 25, 25. Wait a minute. 25, 50, 75, 100, 145. Are they saying he's level 25? Is that what they're saying? You know what? I'm gonna go down this Yoda path. I'm gonna go down this Yoda path. I want quite gone off the gym though. He's quite gone off the gym. I'm telling you, it's quite gone off that gym. Oh man, quite gone. Oh shit! My terrible jokes that I make. Quite gone on the gym. Quite gone. Eight, six. Close calm. Oh, wait a minute. Well, why does he have that thing on there? I'm gonna see where I can find your pieces at. Superman, Captain Atom, Dr. Fate, 2 Green Lanterns, and even the Spectre to defeat this guy. So that fact alone places Parallax well beyond Omega level, which isn't surprising because anytime he sets up one of its crisis events, we can pretty much be sure that whoever the big bad of that event happens to be is going to be extremely powerful because they threaten the existence of the entire universe. And Parallax really came close to destroying a universe and remaking it according to his own will. I mean, technically, he did blink it out of existence and then bring it back, which is kind of how they use 0 hour to fix a lot of the problems from okay. Let's just get myself up out of there. I don't like when it comes to this game. I don't really be going as hard. I don't go as hard. Like, peace. I play Star Wars, but I don't. It's not. I don't go as hard as I would on Bleach or as I would on Pokemon. Cause this Star Wars joint is just like, it's crazy. Just pack available? Oh, nope. Thought it wasn't the free. Squad.
But I thought it'd be kind of cool to make a video on this guy. But in Watch the Watcher is kind of the quintessential example of a guy who exists in Marvel Comics but almost never does anything. And the reason why is because that's kind of what he's supposed to do.
He's supposed to do nothing.
Appeared in Fantastic Four Volume 1, issue number 13 in 1963, and he was created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. Now here's the funny thing. The Watcher's origin is kind of scattered all over the place, right? In the early stories, stories, war stories, we kind of got, a little bit of his origin, a pretty good origin for what it was back in the day, but as the years have progressed in Marvel Comics, we're being honest with ourselves, origin stories as they were told in the 1960s, 70s, and even in the early 80s,
better?
Just don't cut it anymore. And so what you got was an updated origin for the Watcher, not really updated, but expanded on in the original Sin event with issue.
Yeah, they just be adding more to the. They just add more to the story. It's 80s origin stories and shit. You didn't really have to say much.
At some point in the early days of the universe's progression, the Watchers emerged. Now, the idea of the Watchers in relation to other races that exist out there is a little bit murky.
You know what? Let's get him out of here. Let's get him out of here. Let's get him out of here. Definitely get him out of here. Stay on him. Faggot. Get him. Take him out. We need him up out of here. Get him. Alright, cool. Because they're the last surviving members of the race. The Watchers were similar to that, but they didn't really die out. Instead, they changed their mission. The way this worked is that in the early days of their existence, you know what? I'm gonna get him out of here. Get him out of here. Let's get him up out of here. Let's get him up out of here. It's a 4-on-3. And Kylo Ren keeps messing stuff up. Could experience peace and prosperity in the same way they had. The exact opposite happened over time. Initially, when the we lost. I don't even care no more. I mean, if I lost that first person. Watch. Factions and everything like that. And this all came to a head in a nuclear war that basically wiped out the entire race. And because the Watchers were the ones that, at least as far as they were concerned, had set them on this path by giving them atomic energy, the Watchers in turn took it as a personal family. And so what they did is they retreated away from seemingly all of existence and rebranded themselves as the Watchers. And the reason why I say that is because we don't really know what they were called before they were called the Watchers. All we've ever known them as was the Watchers. So that's the only name they really get. But in response to this, what you that was Apollo Creed. What character he play in Star Wars now? This idea of creating a kind of code of conduct for the Watchers themselves. That if they were going to retreat away from society, then they couldn't necessarily just be absent, right? Otherwise, they might as well not exist. And so what he did is he designed this kind of code of conduct so we would transform them from a proactive and really utilitarian race into one that was basically just observing. And that's all they did. Now, pretty much all the Watchers signed on to this, right? Virtually every single Watcher agreed with this, that all they would do was chronicle everything that had played out. Now, an important distinction here really came with Tales of Suspense number 53. The agreement that was made and the question that was asked by Uatu is, what happens if a threat pops up that is a threat to the entirety of the universe and could seemingly destroy all the Watchers? The agreement that was put in there was, if that's the case, then it happens. They have no involvement. They do not intervene at all. It's just the nature of things, right? That basically society just needs to be allowed to progress on its own. And so what ended up happening is that unlike let's go, baby. Let's go. Trapmore gang. Shout out to Trapmore Ross. Trapmore Ross. Thomas is playing in the background. That's right. Take him out. Get him out. Get him out. Get him out. Of that particular race. In the instance of the Proskillans, their intention was not necessarily to wipe each other out, but it's the consequence of the actions they engaged in, hence the perspective of the other Watchers. From the perspective of Uatu, their intention was to bring peace and prosperity to the planet. They just had political rivals right now. At that point, 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other. But this became very, very important because later on, when he had not necessarily publicly defected, and I guess he never really did, but when he was that's a funny thing. 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other. The idea behind the Earth is that they were not really engaging in any kind of tribal warfare. They weren't broken down along political lines. They weren't trying to conquer entire societies or anything like that. All these guys were doing were taking the atomic waste that came as a byproduct of the atomic energy they developed and just shooting it in space. And on the surface, that was innocuous, right? There was never any major thing about that. But the idea in kind of analyzing the possibility of unintended consequences or even intended consequences being the motivation behind why the Watchers did what they did came to bear when Uatu just watched this race do this for decades. And ultimately what ended up happening is a star-wide supernova which pushed a planet out of its orbit, and the planet crashed
into the atomic energy, and then in turn wiped out the atomic energy, and the planet itself crashed into this atomic waste, which destroyed the atomic waste, but also killed everybody on the planet. Now, the funny thing about this is they would have inevitably died anyway, right? Being outside any real warmth that comes from any energy emanating by the sun, the planet would eventually just become a cold, desolate rock, just a rogue planet floating through space. Right? That's all it would have been. But the important thing here is that the unintended consequence of the Earth disposing of their atomic waste by sending it into space was the destruction of a whole different world. Had they not done that, that world wouldn't have died in that same way, and there would have potentially been a chance for survival by that race, or that world could have been pulled into a neighboring solar system, and assuming that it didn't crash into another world, that it would have just basically gone in orbit around that star, and life would have continued on, right? I mean, I have a hard time believing that would be the case. But nonetheless, the possibilities existed that this world may not have been completely destroyed. And so the result of this is that while I wouldn't say Uatu wholeheartedly bought into the philosophy of the other Watchers, that a policy of non-intervention was really a necessity, I will say that it seemed to lend more credence to the idea that that possibility was real.
Let's get it, baby.
Tangible. And so what you saw over the course of Marvel's publication history, really up into the original Galactus trilogy, is that Uatu
This is
never had any involvement with anybody whatsoever. Now, the idea behind the Watchers as they
it's a different type of stream right here.
but much like the Green Lantern Corps from DC Comics, or even the superheroes on Earth, they were just kind of spread out in different locations and really assigned to different locations across the entirety of the universe. In the case of Uatu, he was assigned to Earth and the various areas around it. And this is also kind of intriguing because one of the things we do know is that Watchers seem to have the ability to procreate, but we don't know how that process works. I mean, given the kind of power they have, the fact that they can only will themselves out of existence, they can resurrect themselves from the dead, I mean, they've really transcended any kind of basic human reproductive system. So, even not being human themselves, they're not very much like us. But the important thing is there really hadn't been any involvement with Uatu until you really got to the story of the Fantastic Four. Now, there are a few instances when Uatu came across humanity and got himself involved in a few things, but it was only ever small time stuff, right? Marvel 1602 is an example. Doctor Strange, who he comes across, from the future, and he tells Doctor Strange,
yeah. I'm shaking.
these guys are going to become important people in your present day when you get back to your timeline, right? Keep an eye out for those guys. But it wasn't really him stepping in and saving superheroes. That was the significance of the original Galactus trilogy. Now, the way this played out is that basically the Watcher came to the conclusion that the Silver Surfer was coming to Earth. And as the Silver Surfer had previously been Norman Rad and struck a deal with Galactus that if Galactus would save his world, that he would be the herald that would basically go forward.
Get Anakin.
Planets for Galactus to consume. The coming of the Silver Surfer.
Won't be getting nobody,
man. And the understanding of Earth, as the Watcher had grown to see it, was that Earth had no real discernible way of defeating Galactus. That if Galactus arrived on Earth, that Galactus would destroy it. And the funny thing about this is that over the years of the Watcher monitoring Earth, he kind of came to care for its denizens, right? Came to care for Earth's citizens. Now, I wouldn't say this was a level of love and concern in the same way that a parent loves a child or a brother loves a sister or anything like that. It was more of Earth has incredible potential and Earth should be allowed to continue on. And this basically led to Uatu the Watcher stepping in and essentially warning Earth that the Silver Surfer was coming and Galactus would be coming shortly after. And that led to the original Galactus trilogy. Now, ultimately, the day was saved when Uatu the Watcher guided the Fantastic Four, really Johnny Storm more so than anybody else, to the Ultimate Nullifier, which is a weapon that if you possess it, depending on your level of intellect, can do anything from disintegrating a singular being, right, wiping them from existence, to destroying an entire universe. But the idea behind the Ultimate Nullifier is that if you destroy a thing using the Ultimate Nullifier, it's as if it never existed. And so seemingly, and it's a little murky here in terms of how it works, that there's been times where it's been depicted that if you were to destroy somebody with the Ultimate Nullifier, not only are they destroyed, but nobody ever remembers them, right? Or there's also been instances where something's been destroyed with the Ultimate Nullifier, and people are like, yeah, man, it's awesome that guy's gone. I remember when we first met him, right? It's a weird kind of situation, right? So Marvel depicts it differently, but
I've made a lot of questionable choices, like living in my mom's basement to my late 20s. Mom, I've seen nudity before. Now I'm trying to make smarter choices. Hydrating, smart, stuff like that.
I know what. How many do I have of you? 8. How many I got of you?
This was the first instance when Uatu the Watcher had
12
truly stepped in.
Let's get
the
it.
funny thing about this is that the coming of Galactus was such a
shit.
story in Marvel
Unlocked.
because it was
Alright,
the first time that we saw Marvel introducing a
what's up with my G's over here?
A significant threat, right? One that would actually
I didn't even finish doing hard.
The Watcher's involvement here, Silver Surfer's involvement here, and Galactus's involvement here
Okay. I ran out of
So
what
there
you
was a
call it.
huge amount of interest in these guys. Now, of course, Silver Surfer, as most of you guys know, got his own solo series. Galactus became as much of an intriguing character as he was kind of even fans being in awe of the way his power was presented, because you never really saw people with that level of power before in Marvel Comics. But for the Watcher himself, there was a lot of intrigue there. And so what you got was Marvel
I don't
Comics
like that
sucks,
young
essentially like the
child,
What If
Captain
series. But what
Nova.
we ended up learning is a couple
What
different
is that?
things. One, at
Is
least when it
Captain
came to
Nova?
Riddle of Sin, this comic,
Whatever that
that the
guy's name
Watcher would
is.
actually monitor alternate realities to try to find one where his race had not made the mistake of giving atomic energy to the Proskillians and then in turn them wiping themselves out. But the other thing was the What If series was predicated on the idea that the Watcher, while he was kind of going through and looking at these alternate realities, would essentially tell the viewer, hey, here's an alternate reality where like Peter Parker never became Spider-Man. Just take a look, right? And then we basically get the story unfolding in the pages of that What If comic.